Fellow 4-Hers and judges, my name is Shantae Lively and I am from DeKalb County. This map here showcases the Arabia Mountain Heritage Preserve. It is a U.S. national park located in DeKalb, Henry, and Rockdale counties. It is designated to recognize the area's cultural, historical, and natural features. One such feature is my high school, Arabia Mountain High School. It's located right here in the heritage area. Due to its unique position, the school has many connections to the other heritage area sites, including the Flat Rock Archives. The Flat Rock Archives is the topic of my presentation today. Let me reintroduce myself. My name is Miss Shantizzle, for I am the cousin of Miss Frizzle, the eccentric teacher from the Magic School Bus. Last month was Black History Month. However, Black history can be celebrated all 365 or 366 days of the year. So please hop into my Magic School Bus with me as we go to the Flat Rock Archives and I inform you about all the information. So the Flat Rock Archives is located in Lithonia, Georgia. Come on in and look, Magic School Bus. Come on, everybody, get ready. It's gonna be a wild ride. Come on, Magic School Bus. The name Lithonia in Lithonia, Georgia, means stone place in Greek. It is a city in southeastern Georgia, southeastern DeKalb County, about 30 minutes from Atlanta, and not far from Stone Mountain Park. The purpose of an archive is to preserve historical records and make history accessible for research. The community of Flat Rock is one of the oldest African American settlements in the state of Georgia. It began as an agricultural community connected by 3 slaveholding farms: the South, the Lion, and the Johnson Farms. The Lion Farm is still around today, and this right here is a picture of it. The Lion Farm is considered an original settler house and was established in the 1800s by a Revolutionary War veteran. It used to be on Creek Nation land. The Lion Farm remains the oldest house in DeKalb County. The cellar in the house, in oral history, is said to house many of the enslaved people who worked on the Lion Farm. The oldest known record of Flat Rock is found on the 1822 map. Flat Rock is not noticed on any maps after 1865. This is possibly because the growing granite town of Lithonia was added to the maps. However, the Flat Rock community continued to, although unseen, the Flat Rock community continued to grow and thrive. There were 10,000 people in DeKalb County in 1822, which isn't a lot of people by today's standards, but during that time it was. It was considered a very large community. 2,001 of them were slaves, but only 7 people were free blacks. In 1860, the year Abraham Lincoln was elected the 16th United States President, a group of slaves formed the Flat Rock community, the Flat Rock United Methodist Church, which is still around today. This is the original building plans for the church. It is now called the Flat Rock Community Church. After the Civil War, or war between the states, ended, many newly freed slaves left the South, but the Flat Rock community stayed. In 1890, the community established its first trustee board, with the first chairman as Spencer Bryant. In this picture, Spencer Bryant is the man located right there, tallest one in the picture. Now, the Bryant family is very influential in the community. Spencer Bryant's son, Theodore Arthur Bryant, or T.A. Bryant as he will henceforth be named, played an integral role in keeping the Flat Rock community alive. During the Great Depression, which began in 1910 and continued into the 1970s, many African Americans moved to the north for better opportunities, especially during the World Wars, as During wars, there were more opportunities and money located in the North. T.A. Bryant did not want his people to leave the area. So in 1917, he built a house from the surrounding land. Then in 1925, T.A. Bryant started buying up all the Flat Rock land around him from the Lyon family. He started with the first 45 acres, and he bought it for $600. By 1945, he bought all the land in the whole area. This is the 1917 Bryant house. Then T.A. Bryant sold almost all this land. Now, you might think that's crazy, but this was his way to convince his family and fellow community members to stay in the community. These first families were the Bryant, Ford, Henderson, Waits, Reed, and Holt families. In December 2006, more recent times, Johnny Waits, a descendant of those original first families, opened the doors to Flat Rock Archives. Reverend T.A. Bryant Jr., son of T.A. Bryant, and grandfather of the comedian and actor Chris Tucker, donated the historic Bryant home, built in 1917, to serve as the archive's permanent residence. Reverend T.A. Bryant is 93 years old, and he was born in that home. The home of the archives is unique because it maintains its original farmland, barn, smokehouse, and outhouse that were built along with the house. The Flat Rock Archives is dedicated to preserving the history of Flat Rock, Georgia, documenting stories of African American enslaved people and their descendants whose heritage is essential to the Flat Rock community, and sharing the experience of rural African Americans from bygone eras with future generations. The Archives has received statewide as well as national acclaim. It has won 4 awards since its opening in 2006. In July 2006, the Archives received the Afro-American Historical and Genealogical Society Certificate of Excellence. The Stan Watson Community Appreciation Award was awarded in April 2008. And 2 awards were given just the past year. The Georgia Trust for Historic Preservation Award for Excellence in Preservation Service was awarded in April 2015, and the Society for Georgia Archivists Georgia Archives Month Award was awarded in August 2015. Besides winning awards, the Archives has also been featured in several media outlets. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution newspaper, National Public Radio, or NPR, the television miniseries African American Lives, and the book In Search of Our Roots, How 19 Extraordinary African Americans Reclaimed Their Past by Henry Louis Gates, Jr. So step inside the archives with me as we visit the slave cemetery. Please make sure to pay your respects and look at archival materials. With me right now, I have a shoe shine. It's not like that shoe shine we have today. This one, all the shoe shine materials were located in this box. This is the box. So you can look at this. This is a clipping from newspaper. It's for the Atlanta Life Insurance Company. It talks about diseases of the heart, tuberculosis, cerebral hemorrhages. Some of these, we have the cures and the medicine to cure these, when back then it was something very unpreventable. And lastly, this is a book called The Best Negro Jokes by Clement Wood. This book is definitely a figure of the times because right now we would not see something like this in stores. So, on our way out, please leave a donation for the staff's hard work. I'm sorry, but it's time to go back to school. Everyone reboard the bus and make sure you come back and visit the archives sometimes. It's open Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and by appointment. There are stories located all around you. Class, will you create your own archives? Miss Shantizzle out.